Hello, everyone. My name is Christine, and today I want to discuss with you about something that is very important for all of us as ASU students. And at this point of life, we're meeting a lot of new people and interacting with many new friends. And so today I want to talk about HIV prevention. So let's get one thing clear. There is no cure for HIV currently, but it is 100% preventable. So it is very important that we know these prevention methods to protect ourselves and our loved ones. So when it comes to prevention, we use A, B, C, or P, which we will discuss very shortly. But you can choose any one of these to protect yourself and your loved ones from HIV. So let's get started with A. So A stands for abstinence, and we can define this many different ways, depending on your experience, culture, how you've learned. However, when it comes to HIV prevention, we define it scientifically, meaning that there is no penetrative sex, and this penetrative sex includes vaginal, oral, and anal sex. So as long as we are not participating in these three kinds of penetrative sex, then it is defined as abstinence. And this is one method of preventing HIV transmission, but just because you are practicing abstinence doesn't mean that you can't show affection, because there are many other ways to show your love to one another, such as hugging, kissing, holding hands, spending quality time. So as long as we are staying abstinent, defined scientifically, we can use this as a method to prevent HIV transmission. So this is one of the A, B, C, and P that you can use to protect yourself and your loved ones. Now let's move on to B. B stands for being faithful. So think of relationships that you're in, or any partners that you might be sexually involved with. So being faithful means that both partners get tested for HIV and they know their status, and second, both partners agree to be mutually committed to each other. So in college, where we're meeting a lot of people and having different relationships, it is very important that we keep these two important points in being faithful to prevent HIV transmission. So you can use either abstinence or being faithful out of the A, B, C, and P to protect yourself and your loved ones from HIV. Now let's move on to C. C stands for condoms, and when used correctly, condoms are very effective at preventing HIV. So there's some important facts that we must go over when it comes to condoms. One is that there should only be one condom used per act. And then 2 condoms cannot be used at the same time because they can tear and have no effectiveness when it comes to preventing HIV transmission. And number 3 is that latex and synthetic condoms are good. However, animal condoms are not effective against HIV prevention. So it is very important to note these, because in college, condoms are very accessible at places like ASU Health Center. So it is important to know where to access them and use them effectively if you choose to use this as a method of HIV prevention out of the A, B, C, and P to protect yourself and your loved ones. And now lastly, P stands for PrEP, which stands for pre-exposure prophylaxis. And now this is a daily medication for people that are at high risk of HIV because maybe they're having a sexual relationship with people that have HIV, and it is important that only HIV negative people are taking this medication. So it has to be taken daily at the same time every day. And when taken correctly, this is highly effective at preventing HIV transmission. So when you're in situations where you cannot practice abstinence or be faithful or use condoms, you can use this PrEP medication to protect yourself against this HIV high-risk situation. So make sure to choose A, B, C, or P to protect yourself and your loved ones. And with this, it is very important to note that you can pick any one at any point of your life. So if one doesn't work, you can move on, you can choose another. And it's really good to know that you have 4 methods that you can pick from to protect yourself and your loved ones. So in college, you'll be meeting so many people, having different, but in those relationships, it is very important that you practice A, B, C, or P to protect yourself and your loved ones. Thanks for listening.